of the meaning. Okay, the meaning in English I'm talking about. So it will refer to the same is, am, and are. Okay, fine. But the uses were different. Okay, that is something which I have to explain to all of you, and then you will be confident enough to understand this difference, and you can do it. Okay. Okay. So people are still joining. So anyway, so let us start with some introduction first. Okay, maybe one or two, and then we will start the class, as people are still joining. Niranjan Venkateshan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Niranjan, did we have introduction?
Yes, sir. We already did.
Okay. Raj Gupta, can you hear me? Raj Gupta, can you hear me? Raj Gupta, can you hear me? Nikunj Chaudhary,
Yes, sir.
did we have introduction?
No, sir. We
So
haven't
let
had
us
it.
start. Tell me about yourself, or to
Yes, sir.
everyone.
My name is Nikun Chaudhary. So I am from Mumbai. Currently, I'm in my third year doing BTech in computer science core.
Mm-hmm.
So my hobbies,
Mm-hmm.
they're really, I'm into sports. Rather, I would say watching sports. So, I follow F1 and cricket very diligently.
Okay.
That's it, sir.
Okay. So what are your plans, future plans after this
Yes.
course?
So currently, so I have started my GMAT prep. So most probably I'm looking to do an MBA after this.
Very good. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let me find some other person. Sahil Tiwari.
Yes, sir.
Sahil, yeah. Did we have introduction? Can you tell me?
No, sir.
Okay. So tell me about yourself, Sahil.
So I'm Sahil Tiwari. I'm from Ranchi, Jharkhand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently in my third year in Vellore campus, Computer Science and Engineering branch.
Okay.
And my hobbies is basically competitive coding and web development. Apart from like academics, I like
Very
to
good.
play chess sometimes and badminton.
Okay. Fine. So are you willing to come back to campus?
So maybe from next semester.
Next semester? Why not this semester?
I don't
They are
think
going to open.
they're going to open the campus this semester.
No, they will open. Don't worry.
Are you sure?
Yes, they will open.
If they'll open, then I'll have to come. I have no choice.
Yes, it will be. Most probably before Cat 2 it could have happened. Means maybe in the month of March. Means I'm not 100% sure, but it could happen.
Okay, so then I'll have to come. I have no choice for that.
Okay, fine. Raj Gupta, you are back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like joined again.
Yeah, so tell me about yourself. Tell us about yourself.
Sir, I'm a third year computer science. I'm in third year computer science, and I'm from Bhopal. And I like doing competitive programming. Uh, that's it.
And what are your future plans?
So,
Any interest in this language? How did you find this language till now?
sir, I like found it easy, so that is why I stopped. And yeah,
So till now, how do you find the class? I'm asking also this thing.
yeah, I find it interesting, sir. And like there are various TV series in Spanish, so that was also one of the reason, so that I can understand those.
But you don't interact in the class. I never seen you like being a little bit active in the class. If it is interesting, you should be active, no, proactive. At least when I'm asking questions, you should be there to respond,
Yes, yes,
isn't it? So be ready. I will be asking questions to you now onwards. Okay, fine. So let us now start our topic. So as I told you, I will be discussing about the differences between the verb ser and star. Okay, and just a second. Let me also. Okay, I will log the meeting in some time. So before going into all those things, let me write down the conjugation of all these verbs again. Okay, so that you can just go through it. Although you all are having, but still I am writing it here. Soy, eres, es. Okay, somos, sois, and son. So these are the 6 forms of the verb ser. Similarly for estar, it is estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. Okay, so this is the conjugation, which is just repetition I have given here just to be a little bit easier for you to refer him. Now uses of the verb ser, that is what we are going to see first. Please note down all this. I am not going to share any PPT in this regard. Okay, so anything in future if you want are going to ask me, I will not be able to share that. So when do we use the verb ser? So here what I'm going to do, I'm again going to give you a keyword, okay, and that keyword, the letter of that particular keyword will refer to the particular you can say situation where you should be using the verbs here. Okay, so when we were talking about gender, I told you about loners. Okay, I told you that how masculine noun in Spanish are generally ending with these letters, okay, of the word loners. So here I'm going to give you that keyword for finding out whether to use verb ser or not in a particular situation. So the word is doctor. Okay, so each letter will refer to a particular condition or particular situation, and you should be using only ser verb in those situations. You cannot use any other, I mean you cannot use a star verb. Okay, so when we say description, D is here referring to description. Okay, so description is like what type of description? Physical description. Okay, uh, something which you can by looks you can describe. Okay, something that is in these places you have to use the verbs here. Then next one, when you talk of origin, okay, or nationality, then also you should be using the verbs here. Third one is characteristic. Okay, so when you talk of characteristics of any object or any person also, then also you have to use the verbs here. I'm using the word have to use. Okay, so there should not be any confusion in this. Then next, T is time. Okay, O is occupation, and R is relation. Okay, so in these situations, I would like to say that in all of these situations, or these situation basically summarizes the uses of the verb ser. Okay, the 6 situations I have mentioned. You will not find anything which will be away from these situations which are given here in the word doctor. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 or 2 examples from each of these. Okay, and then you will be able to get it a little bit uh, clearly. So description, we have done that, no? Like for example, let's say the car is new. Okay, so it will be el coche es nuevo. Okay, so we are using the verb ser here. As you can see, the conjugation s is used. Why? Because nuevo is new. Okay, so it's basically a description and you are using the verb ser. Another example, it can be like, let's say, uh, the class is big, so la clase es grande. Okay, so here also we are using the verb ser because again you are describing the physically describing the class. Okay, so we are using the verb ser. So you should not be using, that's what I want to also tell you, that you should not be using verb star in these situations. I mean, like for example, if you are given to translate that the car is new, so you should not be translating it by using the verb estar. Okay, I mean you should not use estar here in this situation. Okay, it will be incorrect. Similarly in the second example also. Then second one is origin. So origin is something we have already seen earlier. We talked about nationality and other things. So when you want to talk about yourself, then you will, just a second. Okay, so when you talk of origin, like for example, you want to say I am from India. So there also you are going to use yo soy de la India. Okay. Similarly, you want to talk about some other person's origin or nationality. In the same way, you have to use the verb ser according to the subject. Okay. So let's say now our origin does not origin will is not going to only talking about your country. It can be about your state. It can be your city. Okay. But the common thing is that you have to use the verb ser. Okay, so if you want to say that he is from Vellore, so it will be like L S de Vellore. Okay, so again we are using the verb ser because we are talking about this place of origin. Fine. Now characteristic. So characteristic and description are not very different. Okay, so like for example, he is intelligent or she is intelligent. So or the students are intelligent, like that if you want to say. So let's say the students are intelligent. So los estudiantes, okay, son and intelligent, intelligentes, it will become plural. Okay, the adjective will become plural. Why? Because the subject here, los estudiantes, is also plural. Okay, so I told you already about adjective, how do we use it? So that is something which is being followed here also. But one thing which we are talking about right now is the use of the verb ser. So we are talking of characteristic, then you have to use the verb ser. Other example is like, let's say Maria is honest, okay, or Pablo is honest. So it will be like Pablo es honesto. Okay, so like that you can see we are using the verb ser in this situation also. Now about time, what happens with time is we have not yet done the time part completely. Okay, like it is 2 o'clock or it is 2:15 or something. we have not done, but whenever we are going to talk about time, we will be using the verb ser. Okay, some of the basic sentences we have done, like for example, you want to say today is, let's say, Tuesday. Okay, I have not given you the days of the week, which I will anyway give you. Okay, so today is Tuesday, so here also you are basically talking about a time. Okay, here, so we should be using verb ser for this part also. So today is hoy. Okay, and then it will be es, it will be martes. Okay, Tuesday is martes. So as you can see, we are using the verb ser here also for time part. Then next one is occupation. So when we talk of occupation or somebody's profession also, you have to use the verb ser. So like for example, if I want to talk about myself, that I am a teacher, I am a professor, so I will be using yo soy profesor. Okay, in English, like what you generally do is, when you want to introduce or when you talk about somebody's profession in general, we generally use this indefinite article, isn't it? Like I am a professor, so this a is coming in English, but when you translate the same sentence into Spanish, this a does not come. Okay, this is not at all required. I'm telling the word not required. Okay, so the way you say in English is not exactly going to be followed in Spanish, because they have their own rules and regulations. So that is why I'm not going to use yo soy un profesor. I'm simply going to say yo soy profesor. Similarly, if I want to say that you are a student, so let me write it in English also first. You are a student. So for this also, I will have to ignore this a part, okay, this indefinite article. So it will be simply tú eres estudiante. So this is ignored when you are talking in general. Okay, I'm again repeating, when you are talking in general means just about profession, nothing more. No adjective, nothing is attached to this. Okay, then you have to ignore this indefinite article. And the other part which we have been discussing right now also is the use of the verb ser. So in both the sentences I have used ser verb. So occupation means the verb ser. Then the last one is relation. So relation means your family relations, okay, your friendship, okay, all these are basically part of the relation. So like for example, you want to say that he is my brother. Okay, let's say you want to say he is my brother. So here also for this part I'm going to use the verb ser. So it will start with L, then the verb ser will be S. My, we have seen it several times earlier. Okay, we will have a separate class for that also, for this type of possessive adjective. But at least this you all know that my is me and brother is hermano. Okay, so we have used the verb ser to talk about the relation. Okay, she is my friend. So here also I should be using the verb ser in this case also. So it is ella es mi amiga. Okay, so I hope all of you understood this. The keyword is the most important part. Okay, so doctor is the word keyword, and which is very common word. It is not very complicated. So if you means if you have to decide whether to use ser, then you should see that the situation is following these. Okay, these things. Any question, anything, any confusion if you have, then please ask me. Otherwise I will move ahead with the next part. The reason why I'm saying, because right now things could be fine till now, but the problem will come when I will give you the exercise. I mean, there it will be going to be a little bit confusing. So now let us come to the ESTAR part. So when do we use the verb ESTAR? Let me write it here first. I hope all of you are listening to me. So ESTAR verb, when do we use ESTAR? So one general rule which you can remember is that all the situations which does not follow this doctor thing, you have to use the verb ESTAR. That can be one easy way. But still, if you remember the exact situations for using ESTAR, then it will be less confusing, because if you're going the other way around, it could be a little bit confusing. So it is better to remember the other keyword. The other keyword is place. Okay. So again, each letter will refer to a particular situation. So first one, P is going to be about position. Okay, L will be about location. Okay, A will be action. C will be condition. Okay, and E will be emotion. Okay, so whenever these type of situations are going to come, you should be blindly using the verb ESTAR. Okay, you should not be confused in this. So with example, I am going to explain you all. So when we talk of position, okay, this could be a little bit confusing. Not position, basically location part it will be. So position is like position of an object, position of a person. Okay, then you have to use the verb estar. For example, he is in the class. Okay, so he is in the class. So it should be the verb estar for this part. Okay, so it is going to be él está, okay, en la clase. Okay, for position part. Similarly, some other example we can consider. Let's say the book is on the table. So here also we are talking about the position of the book, that it is on the table. So here again we have to use estar verb. So it will be el libro está. Okay. Now on the table we can use en. Okay, that is one preposition which you can use. There is one more preposition for that, which is sobre. Okay, and table is la mesa. Okay, so this is how we are using the verb estar in this type of situation where we are talking about the position. Okay, then comes the second part, which is basically the location. And the thing is, location and position are not very different. Okay, they could be like very close. Okay, so do not get into this uh, you can say hard fast rule of deciding whether it will be position or whether it will be location. Okay, a particular situation can fall into either of these two. Okay, so if you are telling that it is a position thing and somebody else is telling that it's a location thing, that's completely fine. Okay, but the common thing is that you have to use the verb estar in that particular those situations also. So location means something related to some places. Okay, like for example, let's say New Delhi is in India. Okay, so here we are talking about the location of New Delhi. So I should be using here Nueva Delhi. Okay, and it will be estar. So third person singular, esta. en la India. Okay, so you can see how we are using the verb estar here because we talk of location. Similarly, location of any monument, other cities, okay, then you have to, or any places also, you have to use estar verb. Okay, so another example, let's see, Madrid. Okay, so Madrid is in Spain. So here also I should be using Madrid está, okay, en España. Okay, monument, let's say you want to say Qutub Minar is in New Delhi. Okay, so Qutub Minar está en Nueva Delhi. Okay, so you can see we are again using the verb estar. So whenever you talk about location, you have to use the verb estar also. Okay, you should never be using the verb ser. Please keep that in mind always. So one second. So now we are moving on to the third situation for the verb estar. Okay, so it was position, location, and then third one was action. Okay, so action is basically referring to the not only present, it can be past also, but what in past? Continuous. Okay, so like present continuous, let's write that present continuous. So when we talk of when we frame sentences in present continuous, then also we use the verb estar. Okay, so that is basically used here as action. So we are not going to talk about this right now. This present continuous part is a later part exercise. Okay, so we just have to wait for some time. Then next one is condition. So when we talk of condition, so condition means like physical condition I'm talking about. Somebody is tired, somebody is sick, somebody is you can say very angry. Okay, so then you have to use the verb estar. So let's say you want to say that we are tired. Okay, so there what should we use? Estar verb, so it will be nosotros estamos cansados. Okay, so cansado is the singular form. The cansado word itself is an adjective again. So the subject is plural, nosotros. So we should be using the plural adjective, which is cansado. Okay, fine. So some other condition you can just think of, and you can try that again by using the verb estar in that particular situation also. So angry, let's say angry, somebody is angry also. So let's say my father is angry. Okay, so it will be mi padre. It will be estar form again, esta, because this is the subject noun, and then it will be enojado. So enojado is angry. Okay, so this was about condition. After that we have the last one, which is starting with the letter E, emotion. Okay, so this is very important. So whenever you talk about emotions also, you have to use the verb estar in those situation also. So let's say uh, sad. Okay, when you are sad, when somebody is happy, when somebody is excited, okay, like that, whatever mood anybody is having at any particular moment and you want to express that in Spanish, you should be using the verb estar in that situation. So you want to say that uh, he is sad, let's say, so it will be él está triste. Okay, excited, so you want to say he is excited, then it will be él está emocionado. Okay, emocionado is for excited and sad is for triste. Okay, so you can see how we are using the verb estar here also to talk about the emotions. So in future, whenever you are going to talk about any of these emotions, okay, in general, you should be using the verb estar. Now, if you remember the question which we have discussed earlier, what was it in the greetings? ¿Cómo estás tú? Okay, this was the question. And you gave the answer, or I told you there could be different answer, but you use again estar verb. So if you were happy, you used yo estoy feliz. Okay, or if you said you were not happy, then yo estoy mal, like that you could have used, or yo estoy así así also. Okay, so in all of these type of three answers, we are using the same estar. Okay, so if you can correlate it, then you will be able to understand that all of this which are there, sad, sorry, happy, sad, and or bad, or so, they are basically all talking about emotion. Okay, so that was the reason we were using a star verb here. And in the question also, when you are using como estás tú, then you are talking about his condition. Okay, his present at that particular moment, what is he feeling like? Okay, so condition is not exactly this condition, it can be about his emotion also, but in general we are using the verb estar. Okay, so como estás tú is basically about this thing. If you replace this, okay, if you replace this with the verb ser, then there has to be a different answer. Okay, so como, sorry, not s, it will be como eres tú. If you translate these two questions, como estás tú and como eres tú, the translation will be same. I mean, in English, how are you? Okay, but this how are you is about condition. Okay, and this particular how are you, if you are referring to, okay, then it is a little bit different. It is about your looks. How do you look like? Okay, why? Because it is the verb ser. So if you remember the verb ser, in the verb ser, what do we talk about? We talk about either description or characteristic, okay, occupation, these things which can relate to this particular question. So if you are asking como eres tú, it means you should talk about yourself. So you should say yo soy, not you should, if you want to say, then you can say these things. So yo soy, if you are very confident, you are very smart, so you should use yo soy guapo or guapa. Okay, or you can say yo soy indio if you are Indian, or if you are from female, then you can use yo soy India. Okay, so here we are basically talking about the looks, okay, or the place of origin, something like that. So that is the huge difference which is created with the change of the verb only, with the verb ser and estar. In English, actually that type of difference, or that type of two different verbs does not exist, so it is a little bit difficult to sometimes identify or differentiate at in this level, initial level which you are at right now, but slowly you will be able to understand. Now, so what I'm doing is I'm just giving you an exercise here, okay, which is going to actually help you in clearing any of your doubts which you have right now. So based on this only I'm asking you. Just give me 1 minute.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in the use of ESTAR, sir, when we talk about the position, sir, it's not synonymous to a designation, right, sir? For example, a position in company.
No, 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 no. That
It's
does
not.
not happen. So don't make it so complicated or don't take it to that level. Okay.
Yes.
Position means the physical position we are talking about. Okay. That's it. Anybody has any other question, then please ask me now also. And then I will just searching for the exercise. Mm, yeah. Okay. So the problem will come when I am not specifying, okay, exactly uh, when to or means in a particular sentence if I am not specifying whether to use verb ser or a star, then it will be a confusing part for you all. I mean, then you have to apply the rules which I have explained. So this exercise which I have just pasted here, if you will see, I have just given you choose the correct form of ser and a star. I didn't mention that this first one will be ser and second one will be a star. It could be just opposite. First one could be a star and second one could be ser. So how will you decide? The rule which I just explained you, that will help you. Okay, so all of you do this. So this is going to help you in basically understand it in a better way. The words which are which have been used here has already been discussed earlier also, but I'm again going to write it here, some of them. So aura is now, okay. Oi we have just used, oi is today, okay. Pero is but, okay. This is, you can forget this, simply coche, el coche. This is a little bit plural, so you can think and do. Antigua is old, okay. Escritor is writer, okay. Famoso, you can guess which adjective it is referring to in English. Habitación is room. Habitaciones, so it is rooms. Jugadores are players, okay. I think apart from that, all the words are very much self-explanatory. So tranquilo, all of you can relate it to the English word also. So do it fast. Let's do it fast. Okay, so let us start the discussion. Okay, since we don't have much time, so we should discuss it. So starting with the first one, uh, the sentence is mi coche and blank nuevo pero ahora blank en la casa. So let me ask someone again. Manan, can you tell me? Manan Jain, the first two answer A and B, can you tell me?
Yes, sir. So mi coche, mi coche es nuevo, pero ahora está en la casa.
Está en la casa. So what were the reasons for this using es and está? Can you tell me that also? The
So,
situations?
because en la casa is like a position or location, like my car, I guess it's in
Yeah, I
the
got it.
hood.
You're telling position, that is self-understood. Okay, first one, why are you using S?
My car is new, sir. Like I'm describing my car is new.
Yeah, so description, physical description. Okay, so that is basically one of the characteristic of your car, that it is new. Okay, so I hope all of you are understanding. So this reason or the situation which I asked the just now is also important. So in the exam, I can ask you like that also. I mean, I will not be just giving you fill in the blanks. Along with fill in the blanks, you have to write down the reason why you are using a particular verb, es or esta or whatever it is. Why are you using ser and why are you using esta? So you have to tell about those situations. Okay, so B also tell me.
Sir, B, not sure, sir.
Let us try, no problem, even if it is wrong.
Juan es muy tranquilo, pero
Okay.
ahora es enfermo.
Enfermo, did you understand? It is sick.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
So
Okay, sir.
if you
So I
want,
guess S. So I guess, sir, S only.
S. Okay. So why did you use S in the first one?
So tranquilo means peaceful.
Very calm, very peaceful,
Yeah, yeah.
the one who does not like to speak a lot. So it is basically his characteristic.
Yeah. So, sir,
And
Juan is describing himself. Like
yeah,
I'm describing Juan's
yeah,
characteristics.
yeah. And the second one, enfermo.
Enfermo, sir, sick. So I'm describing like Juan is sick now. So it's a description for Juan, I guess. Maybe.
But can it be part of the characteristic?
No, sir. It's temporary only.
So it's a like a situation. It's a condition, no? Isn't it? It's a
Okay, sir.
condition.
Okay. So it will be Esther, sir, then.
Exactly. So you have to see that. Okay, when you say that it is a description and you are using the verb ser, then basically it is also part of his characteristics. Somebody's characteristic also, character also. So you have to see that part on. But in this one, infermo, when you said it's a description, so description will be anything which you are writing here about people. Okay, nuevo, and in la casa also, if the car is in the house, that is also a type of description that okay, it is in the house now. But you have to go a little bit deeper and then find out what exactly is description. So here infermo is sick, so it's about condition. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so that is what you have to see. Okay, good. Let us come to some other student, number C and D. So Aman, can you try that? C and D?
Sir, Aman Anand?
Yeah, Aman Anand.
Sure, sir. So C is mis amigos somos argentinos, pero hoy está en
Argentinos. Pero,
argentinos, pero hoy está en España.
okay, so how did you use this? I didn't
So
get it.
Argentinos,
Argentinos is basically
Argentinos is
nationality.
basically nationality.
So you have to
So
use the
again,
verb ser.
said, and since
So
it's
within
plural,
that, yeah, within that, you have to decide the verb ser according to the subject, isn't it?
right, sir? So it's my friends, right? Mis amigos, plural.
So my friends. So what is the subject here? My or friends or both?
The subject is friends. We're talking about the friends.
Friends. So friends is what? It's a noun or a pronoun?
Okay, right. It's a noun.
It's a noun, plural noun.
Son.
Okay, so it
Mis
should be
amigos son.
son. Okay, mis amigos son argentinos, pero hoy. Okay,
Está en
so
España.
so when you are using esta, then you are again doing a mistake. The subject is still the same, mis amigos. Okay, it is not mentioned here subject in the second part. I told you when it is not mentioned, we generally consider the first subject which is in the beginning of the sentence.
Right.
Okay, so same thing, it's a noun plural, so according to that it should be están.
Understood.
Okay, so pero hoy están en España. So my friends are Argentinians, but they are in Spain now, or they are in Spain today, but today they are in Spain. Like that, you can say anything.
Got it, sir.
Okay, number D.
D is ella es joven.
Very good.
Pero it will be a form of esta, but it will be pero está cansada.
Cansada. Yeah, you're right. So joven, young, so that is again a description, physical description. Okay, so it will come to that part. And cansada, as I told, tired, it's a, you can say a condition. So it should be the verb estar. So that will be esta here. Good. Okay, we are doing E and F right now. Okay, and then we will discuss it in the next class. So let me ask some other student. Yeah, Aryan Mishra, can you tell me number E and F?
For the E part, the first would be Maria S. Camarera, but I'm not able to figure out the second part of the sentence. Like I'm not able to
Okay,
understand.
no problem. I will help you. So Maria es camarera en un hotel. What does it mean? Any idea?
Maria is a waiter in a hotel.
Okay, so K is here is that. Okay, and detrás de is behind. Okay,
That is behind a university, I guess. So
so
that we are talking about a
what is
position.
behind the university here referring to?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you what is behind the university?
The hotel
Maria,
is behind
the hotel.
the hotel is
So,
behind the university.
so what do you think you will use?
So for that we'll use like ESTAR, and it would be
It will be, as you said, it is hotel. So
yeah.
hotel is a noun. So noun is just singular here. So third person
Estoy.
singular. No, third
Sorry,
person
ESTAR.
singular. It will be esta.
Yeah.
Okay, so Maria is a waiter in the hotel. Okay, which is behind the university. Okay, good. Number F.
Mis hermanos son en Spanish. Yeah, so it will be son here and
Emocionados is excited.
yeah. So it would be an emotion, and for sir it will be again the esta here.
Okay, what is the subject here? Ellos.
Yeah.
Which is a third person plural, they. So according to that, it should be third person plural. So
Están.
it should be están, no? Ellos están muy emocionados. In the first part, what does it mean? Can you tell me the meaning of this sentence? Mis hermanos
I'm not
son en
really
España.
sure. Yeah. My brothers are, but like are in Spain, I guess.
So are in Spain. So what are you basically talking about? Which situation?
So we are talking about like a location, I guess. Yeah.
So if it is a location, so can we use the verb ser?
And also, sorry, my bad. I just got into like I choose the subject
That's all
me
right.
myself.
So correct
So
it.
it will
What?
be
Which?
it will be for
So obviously it will be a star verb, but which form of a star you will use according to the same zone which you have used?
so it will be Estan again.
Exactly, it will be estan.
Yeah.
So others also please understand this, that there is a very small difference between they and an. I mean, obviously in terms of you can say translated into English, it is obviously there is a difference, huge difference, that is of and that is in. But when you talk of a place of origin, or if it is used with a place, then it creates a lot of difference. So when you say mis hermanos están en España, you are basically saying that my friends are in Spain. So you are talking about location. But if you replace this n with they, then it becomes a place of origin, okay, somebody's nationality. So then you cannot use estar, you have to use son. Okay, so always remember that. Okay, whenever it is n related to a particular place coming, it should be the verb estar. If it is they with a place, it should be the verb ser. Okay, that's a very small difference but very important. So these last four we will do in the next class. For now I am giving you this question for the attendance. All of you just fill it up. Others, if you have any question, you just ask me now. Okay. So the question which I am giving you in this one is again, if it will be like, you can only do this question if you are very clear with the concept which I have explained you right now. So take your time and then do it.